Hey guys, welcome to a really quick JessPFit reformer workout. Okay, this one's gonna be really quick. This is not a full body workout. Okay, so if you're looking for a 60-minute full body on the reformer, this is not it. Okay, this is gonna be a really quick sequence focused on those deep abdominal muscles. Okay, we're really gonna target the transverse abdominal muscles, that saran wrap around the torso, whittling that waistline, right? Now, the moves that we're gonna do today, we're gonna do a single-sided move, so we're gonna hit both sides, and then a centered move in between those two. So we're actually gonna start single-sided. Now, you are gonna get into your hip flexors. Okay, so I want to remind you before we get started that it is not bad to feel your hip flexors, okay? You need to strengthen them, so it's okay to feel them. What we don't want is overly gripping or lots of pain. So if that starts to happen, you wanna stop. Okay, you want to take a breather, you want to take a break. But over time, if this full sequence doesn't work for you, keep coming back to it. I want you to keep coming back and keep trying to find the lift and the length out of the torso so that you can access your psoas muscle, because that's ultimately where you need to get to, is the psoas, to get out of the hip flexors. All right, so the more you practice, the more you work, it all starts to gel and come together very nicely. So just a little side note to start. You're only going to need one prop today, and that is your Pilates ball. So if you have an 8 to 10 inch Pilates ball, mine is a little bit pliable. I recommend that it be a little bit pliable for grip. It's gonna help the connection to the pelvic floor and the deep abdominals, but we're also gonna use it for the back, the low back, as a little bit of support, but also a tactile element to help our roll and our curl, hopefully translating into some extra length through the torso. You're gonna need one extra light spring on today. So I have a yellow, I'm on a balanced body reformer. A yellow is my extra light spring. It may be a white for you. If you don't have an extra light spring, first, I highly recommend you purchase one because most of my workouts use an extra light spring. It's the best purchase you would make with your reformer. But if you don't have one, please use the lightest spring you have and see how it feels in your body, okay? It might be too aggressive, but if you feel like it's manageable, go ahead and work on that light spring. So one extra light spring. Your ball, again, you don't have to use the ball. You don't need anything at all. If you really want to work without it, that's fine as well. Hopefully it's just going to allow you to get a little deeper today. All right, so come on down to your carriage. We'll make this quick and targeted. So deep abdominals, here we go. Okay, we're gonna take we're rear facing. We're gonna sit on that carriage rear facing. My heels are on my headrest. My headrest is down. Okay, I'm gonna scoot myself pretty close to my shoulder blocks so I have a decent amount of space behind me because we are gonna be rolling and leaning. Okay, so take that ball, place it behind your low back, okay? Right now, we're not gonna lean on it yet. Just place it right back there. You're gonna grab your right short loop, and that short loop is gonna come up and over your bicep, so above your elbow. Okay, once you're there, you're gonna take your hands, you're gonna interlace your fingers, thumbs long, and you're gonna cradle your skull. Okay, so we're gonna use these palms as traction and lift as we work. Okay, so usually when we're in this position, I'm never gonna talk about yanking on the head. That is not what we want. Instead, we wanna think about lengthening the spine. Okay, elbows wide, I like to call these airplane arms. We're gonna have these most of the time. Okay, now right from here, we're gonna take a little lean onto the ball. So on your inhale, you're gonna lean back with a flat back 2 inches and hold. Okay, now I'm touching the ball. That's good. We're gonna curl the lumbar spine. So we're gonna draw the tailbone under the body and hold. So I've got a little more pressure on the ball. My low back is nicely pressing on the ball. Okay, from here, I'm gonna take, my knees are gonna stay bent, but I'm gonna take a little twist. Okay, so I'm gonna think about my right ribs. On your inhale, your right ribs are gonna twist to the left, drawing that right elbow closer to the left knee. Exhale, bring it back to center. So inhale to twist, rib basket spirals. We twist to the left, and then we exhale through center. So the challenge here is gonna be on the return. Okay, on your inhale, we're using our inhale to keep length through the body as we rotate, okay? We don't want to dump into the twist. We want to stay long. And then on the exhale, we're going to come back through center and you're gonna feel the resistance from the strap. Square off your shoulders to the rear. All right, you've got 3 more. Inhale, rotate and twist. Draw back through center on your exhale. Good, 2 more. Oh, there goes my watch. Twist on your inhale. Exhale back through center. Okay, and we're gonna go 1 more. Twist and exhale through center. Now we're gonna add on. Your left leg is gonna elongate. Okay, so we're gonna take that left leg off the headrest, nice and long. My knees are lined up with one another. My thighs are really close, but they are separated. My left toe is pointed. I've still got that curl through the lumbar spine and that scoop through the front abdominal wall, pulling that belly button between my ribs. On my inhale, I'm gonna rotate, same as I was before, keeping my elbows wide. Right ribs to left inner thigh, and then we're gonna exhale back to center. Inhale, rotate. The nice thing about this position is the pelvis doesn't wanna move, and we don't want it to move, right? We wanna isolate this movement, waistline up. Last 4. Inhale, rotate. Exhale back to center. Good, last 3. Inhale, twist. We are gonna add on. We're gonna keep adding on, you know the layers. Last 2. Inhale, twist. Exhale back through center. This is your last one like this. Inhale, rotate. Exhale back to center. Now we're going to add a knee pull. So on your twist, that left knee is going to draw into the chest. And then we're going to exhale back to center. Square off the shoulders, lengthen the leg. Inhale. Inhale, draw that left knee to the chest. Good, so now it makes a little more sense, right? Right ribs to left inner thigh. And then we're gonna send it all the way back through center. 4 more. Inhale, rotate and twist. Exhale back through center. Last 3. Inhale, rotate. Exhale back through center. Last 2. This is actually a sequence I did this morning with my live group, and I loved it so much. I was like, oh, we just need to tape a little sequence of this for YouTube. I think I wanted to share it with you guys. All right, now on your next one, you're gonna hold through center. Right here, we're gonna take a little roll over the ball. So on your inhale, you're gonna roll back over the ball, draping that low back over the ball just a little bit. Keep your ribs closed. And then on your exhale, you're gonna curl back up. So keep those shoulders square to the rear. Inhale, drape that low back over the ball just to the mid back, and then we're gonna exhale as we pull it up, and you should be shaky here. I know you feel your hip flexor. Okay, I want you to think about length and lift under your rib basket as you lift. Last 3, inhale over the ball, exhale, pull it back up. You have 2 more. Hold on to that shake. Inhale over the ball, exhale, pull it up. We got 1 more. Inhale over that ball. Keep those shoulders square to the rear. Come all the way up and set that left foot down. Whew. Okay, warm on the first sequence. I hope you're warm too. All right, we're gonna take that strap and hang it up. We're gonna take the ball right between the ankles now. So just above the bone of the ankle, so right between those calves, your heels are gonna stay down on the headrest right now. Now, we're gonna work on a teaser sequence right here. So again, I know we're coming off of the hip flexor. I want you to think about me hugging your ribs in this movement, and I'm gonna speak to that as we work. I'm gonna be lifting you from under your ribs. I want you to feel, so like almost like somebody's giving you the Heimlich maneuver. Okay, I want you to feel that lift. Okay, here we go. We're gonna take both short loops. Okay, those short loops are gonna come up around the bicep, above the elbow again. All right, here we go. We're gonna take those arms back into airplane position, interlace the fingers, cradle the skull, thumbs long. Okay, we're gonna sit nice and tall. So we were just in a lean, so let's come out of that. Nice and tall in those sitting bones, elbows wide, chest is open. We're gonna inhale as we lean again. So remember that dowel that runs from the crown of the head through the tailbone? We're gonna hinge on that again, keeping a nice flat back, finding length on the inhale. Hold. That took us right off the tips of the sitting bones. Now we're gonna scoop the tailbone and the low back and hold. Belly button pulls up and in between the ribs. Hold this. Now we're gonna invite the legs with our deep abdominals, not just the hip flexors, to lift shins parallel to the floor. So we are in a bent teaser, okay? Point the toes. You're holding the ball nice and light, not squeezing it for dear life. We're gonna work with the arms first, okay? So balance is gonna be a challenge here, or stability, I should say. On your exhale, you're going to close the elbows so that you cradle your skull even more, or wrap your skull, and then you're going to inhale as you open your elbows. Exhale, close the elbows, bring them closer together, wrap your skull, okay? And then inhale as you open. This is where the shake is going to start to set in. You've got 4 more. Close those elbows. Inhale, open. Whew. Last 3. Close those elbows. Keep those shins parallel to the floor. Think about me lifting you from under your ribs. Lift up out of your rib cage. Last 2. Good. This is your last one right here. We're going to change it. Okay, hold your elbows open right now. Find that open chest, that length, and that lift. Traction the skull. You're going to inhale as you extend both legs. Point those toes. Exhale, bend at the knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Woo, we got 4 more. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Good, you got 1 more layer after this. Last 3. And bend. You've got 2 more. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. 1 more. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Now stay bent. We're going to roll back. Okay, we're going to roll back to the carriage just to connect the mid back. So this is slow, slow. Once the mid back connects, we're going to roll all the way up, drawing up from the deep abdominals, extend the legs. Okay, here we go. Same thing. Roll back, bend those knees in towards the chest as you come back. Connect just the mid back so the head, neck, and shoulders don't touch. And then you're going to roll all the way back up to your T's or deep abdominals. 1 more like that. Roll back, connect that mid back. Connect it slow. And then pull all the way up with those deep abdominals. Find your lift. And bring it all the way down. Whew, okay. Hang up your straps. Every time I do that, I'm shaking and sweating. Okay, now your heels are going to stay on the headrest. Ball's going to come back behind the low back. We just have 1 more side. Okay, 1 more side. So this time, you're going to grab your short loop with that left hand, and you're going to bring it up around the left bicep above the elbow. Same thing with those arms. Cradle the skull. Huh. Okay, here we go. We're going to sit nice and tall in those sitting bones, open up the chest. We're going to lean back. So remember that dowel down the spine. We're nice and long, flat back. We lean. We start to touch the ball. Now we're going to give that little curl to the lumbar spine. Hold. Okay, now right from here, we're going to start with that twist. On your inhale, you're going to rotate to the right, left ribs to right inner thigh. And then we're going to exhale back through center square off the shoulders. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, pull back through center. You've got 4 more, okay? Keeping the elbows wide. You're twisting from your rib basket, okay? That elbow is not moving in closer to the midline. It stays nice and wide. Whew. Good, last 3. Inhale, rotate. Exhale, back through center. Last 2, we'll add on that leg extension next. Good, we're not super heavy on the ball. Okay, we're on the ball. There's definitely touching through the low back, and we've got to lean on it, but it's not super heavy. Now, right here, you're going to take that right leg, and you're going to extend it and point that toe. My knees are tracking with one another. Okay, right here, we've got that lift still through underneath the ribs. We've got a lift right there. Okay, we're going to twist again. Inhale, rotate to the right. Whew, everything's going to shake a little bit more now. Good, exhale through center. Inhale, twist. Exhale through center. You've got 4 more. Inhale, rotate. Find that traction. Find that length on your inhale. Whew, that's why we inhale, right? That internal length hopefully it facilitates that external length. Last 2. And then we got that knee pull to add in. Exhale back through center. Good. Last 1. Inhale, rotate. Exhale through center. Now we're going to add that knee pull for 6. We're going to rotate on that inhale. Draw the knee towards the chest. Think about ribs to inner thigh now. And then rotate. It is not elbow to knee. It is ribs to inner thigh. Then back through center. Whew, we got 4 more. Pull it in. Exhale through center. Last 3, and then we just have that ab curl. You're so close. Stay with me. Got a nice stretch for you at the end. Last 2. Exhale through center. This is your last one. Rotate. Okay, come back through center. Hold that long leg right here. You're going to inhale as you drape the low back over the ball. Keep the ribs closed. Stay center. Exhale as you draw it up. Whoo, inhale. Allow yourself to roll over that ball. Keep the ribs closed. Good. And then draw it all the way up. You got 4 more. Inhale. Exhale. Draw it up with those deep abdominals. Last 3. Inhale over the ball. Exhale. Pull it up. Last 2. Inhale. Keep that traction and that length through the skull, through the back of that neck. Last 1. And pull it up. And put that foot all the way down. Holy moly. Okay, short but serious, right? It's no joke. That's no joke. Set the ball down on the floor. We're going to stretch out those hip flexors because you deserve it, because that was tough. Okay, so staying on your extra light spring. Okay, you're going to bring your hands to your platform. Okay, we're going to draw those shoulders over the wrists, and we're going to just take those legs and extend them out so the toes are on the headrest. Okay, well, this is an up dog position. So your hips are off the carriage. Okay, your shoulders are aligned over your elbows. Elbows are soft. We're not locked out. And we're just going to give a stretch to that front abdominal wall. Gently look up at the ceiling. Not a big, huge look up, but a gentle nod of the chin. Good. Now, if you're comfortable here, go ahead and extend all the way out so that your hips come to the carriage and your underarms open up, so you lengthen out of that waistline. And then we're going to pull all the way back up to that up dog, lifting the hips off the carriage, kissing the bumper. Shoulders over wrists. One more time. You're going to lengthen all the way back out. Find that long length. And then come all the way back up. Find that up dog. Stretch out the front of the body. And one last child's pose. Reach those knees nice and wide, width of your carriage. Take your hands and press away from the platform and hold that stretch right there. 2 big breaths. Inhale into that rib cage. Exhale all that air out. One more time. Ribs are going to go nice and wide. Inhale. And exhale all that air out. Whoo, guys, you did it. Okay, really quick, focused abdominal circuit right there. Short on time. That's a great one to do. It's a great one to do if you're working on your hip flexor strength, or you're working on your teaser, trying to access those deep abdominals. This is a great practice one. Okay, so if you're not getting all the way through yet, you will. Stay with it. All right. If you like this video, give me a nice little like. I can add more of these short videos if you enjoy them. Let me know that too, because I don't always think to do them, but I know sometimes all we have time for is something short and sweet. All right, you guys, I will see you next time.